So, first off, I would like to state that nobody is arguing, nobody, literally nobody is arguing for any abortion at any time for any reason.
No,
What we're talking about is
the right to do it.
fighting against increasingly restrictive laws that put not only criminalize the act of doing it, regardless of the situation, even the situations that you just stated right now that you agree with.
Yeah.
So those situations will be criminalized. You're talking
In certain
about
states now, because that's
yes,
what
but
it just went back to the states.
sure, and you can make the argument that oh well, we're not really banning it, but they are. But we have to understand the context. We have to understand that really the goal that why did they revisit precedent? Abolished it, and for the first time in the history of the Supreme Court, according to the experts, they've actually taken away rights.
That's a fallacy. Just kidding.
No, this is
According to the expert. I just remember the fallacy.
the fallacious, but this is like a historical fact. So I'm not really
I'm
arguing
just kidding.
for.
Yeah.
So apparently, this is the first time the Supreme Court actually took rights away that it had previously established.
Right.
So we're taking a step backwards. Why are we doing that?
Are we though?
Yes. Why? Because now women have less rights than women that were born 50 years ago. Women who are born today. People who are born today. So in that context, we have to understand what's really at play here. There's a lot of, personal beliefs, and would I dare say it, some religious dogma and points of view that want to be imposed throughout the society. Because when we talk about freedoms and liberties, everybody should be able to enact those freedoms and liberties, not just when I agree with them, right? We decide which parts we definitely do not think it's fostering a productive society. That's why we criminalize murder, theft,
Yeah.
this, that, and the other. And we build laws around it.
Right.
Okay. But, sorry, I got a little distracted because of the screen went down. But then you have this whole other layer, whole other sphere of personal beliefs that some people would like everybody to follow.
Right.
And that's not true freedom.
So you're talking about the imposition of certain ideologies and
exactly
certain beliefs.
So this is very much
set of values
uh-huh.
that do not belong to, I would say, everybody in society.
Sure. And we live in a democratic society. Therefore, these things are up for voting. And the voting event should reflect the majority.
Yeah.
Right. So there's two ways to go about it. Like either majority rules, which really doesn't happen these days, because you have this minority party who in absolute numbers have less people, therefore they would never rule. They're making decisions for the whole group. Because that's how the Republican Party rules the country. They don't have enough numbers.
Party.
They don't have enough numbers, and they win elections. And that's a whole different case. But it's a case that I'm putting out because I'm arguing that it's not truly democratic.
Okay.
Not every vote counts as one. And that's the status quo. Sure. That's the game we're playing. Two, there's a lot of people have problems how other people live their lives. And this is also across a number of fields and areas, right? Why would you legislate against gay marriage? You're not gay. You're not going to marry another person. Why would you care that one man marries another man or another woman marries another woman? There's a lot of this going around. Like people don't respect other people's liberties because they don't understand it or they think there's something bad with it. But it's a liberty that does not affect them personally. But it creates this animosity towards these communities and towards these people. And right now, this is sort of a thing that's coming out against like a whole gender, because this is literally every woman is in one way or another affected. Why? Because some of the women might be against it. Well, if you're against it, don't do it. What is really under the underlying motivation for you to, be against this? And you can say, yeah, no, life. Okay, sure. I'll take that. Let's see what life means. You know, do you care about the living, the people that are already in this world, or just is an idea about the potential of life? Because you can get the next Gandhi, but you can also get the next Hitler.
Yeah,
You
but
don't
that
know what's going to happen with this potential. You can't live off of potential. You can only live off of actualities, right?
but it's not just because we have the presence of malevolence in the world that we shouldn't um, protect um, that we shouldn't protect life
Yeah.
in the
So
first place. It's not because we might have people that will act in malevolent ways. We cannot stop it anyway. So why legislate? No, I think um, we do have to protect things that are essential, like life, for
well,
for
that's
the
but that's
existence.
what I don't see. Like I don't see life being protected at all in most places. So that's why I take this argument sort of as hypocritical, because it's a non-sustainable life. It's the idea of a future life that once it finally exists, nobody wants to deal with it. You know, because if people were concerned with life, maybe they wouldn't be bombing, wouldn't going to wars, they wouldn't be, using lethal force, they wouldn't do all these other things. Like,
So yeah,
and
yeah, but
and we're talking only about human life. There's all kinds of life forms on this planet, and if you're gonna say that life is sacred, and if you don't care about other life except for human, I think we should make that distinction. Yeah, I don't care that cows die or that trees get destroyed or like all of this is life. you know so I want to understand the scope of the life that people are trying to protect, which seems to me so narrow, impractically narrow. you know we're talking about something that we just defined as something that's not being part of another person. It's almost, what's the difference in this definition, just for the sake of argument? What's the difference in having a baby inside and having a parasite, like the alien?
that's
Like,
that's my problem with that kind of
you know
thinking line.
if the
You
thing, quote unquote,
you cannot
if the
compare a
living
human
thing,
being with a parasite, bro.
well, if there's no control, if it's something that's totally out of the body, even
Those
though it's
things just
inside
don't.
of the body,
Yeah, but those things just don't go in the same category.
they
You
don't.
cannot you
But
cannot
you just
compare
put
a human
them.
being to a monkey,
You just put
much
them.
less to a parasite. That's my problem with that argument.
So it's human life that we're talking
It's
about.
of course.
So other life comes second.
Then human life.
Yeah. So let's say we kill all the bees and then we all die. But that's a secondary life
Well,
form.
I don't know that science, but um, I think human beings, they fall into a different category than other beings. I do think that I'm not gonna be that that spiritual monk or whatever, that says, oh, we're all the same. The life of a plant is the same. It has the same value of the life of a human being. Otherwise, we wouldn't be able to build the things that we have built throughout history and create all the things that we've created. Like, human beings, they have something unique and different about them. You just watch the reality that is around you. No other being has built something like this. No
Sure.
other being. I mean, I'm not saying
Which
that
not
human beings are perfect, and I'm not saying they're not problems within the system that we've created. I'm not saying there's no corruption, or there's no catastrophe or malevolence or all the negative things that come with our existence, the existence of human beings. But we have to separate ourselves from the rest
Sure.
of nature.
Hello, everybody, and thank you for watching until the end. This has been Woke Wars, and I hope you liked our conversation. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe, and drop a comment down below. Tell us what you'd like to hear us talk about next. Also, check out some of our other episodes. We post every Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We will see you on the next one.